We'll go right into my report. We've got a few things tonight. Just a reminder, the ad's been in the paper. We still have 3 seats open on the Board of Zoning Appeals that we need to fill. So please try to encourage somebody to step up and fill those vacancies. The Board of Zoning Appeals doesn't meet a lot. They don't have a lot on their agenda other than when someone wants to do something and it doesn't exactly fit in with the zoning ordinance that we have. And they come into play after the zoning administrator denies their request for a zoning permit. Then that application goes to the Board of Zoning Appeals. They review the situation, bring their recommendation back to council, and council has to make the final decision as to whether to approve the request or not. So, you know, in the last few years they've met maybe a couple times a year, if that. So, Wendy, as you know, applied for, we talked about this at the work session, for some grant money from the Virginia Department of Health Office of Drinking Water in an effort to secure funding from them for placement of a pressure reducing valve at the bottom of the hill over here on our main coming into town to help control some of these high pressures that we're still having in town. We are in the final selection phases of that, and we've received notification that we'll have a definite answer on that by the end of this month. So it sounds pretty good that we're going to possibly get that, and that'll help benefit everybody in town. The other thing, you know, we talked about at the work session, a volunteer weekend for folks to volunteer and come out and clean up along the 220 corridor and clean up those beds and put this mulch down and get those bushes trimmed up. And people are complaining because the crepe myrtles need to be thinned out along the trunks so they can see through them when they come out of the intersections. So, you know, Public Works is a minimal crew, and they don't really have the time to do that with everything else they have. So we thought it would be a good idea if we had a volunteer weekend later in the fall. And, you know, the only weekend that I know of right now that would be tied up, or it's 2 weekends, and it's September the 17th and 18th would be off of the books, because 17th is the Alleghany County Bicentennial Celebration at the Mountain Gateway College campus. And then October the 14th, 15th, and 16th, and that is the Clifton Forest Shrine Club's annual Fall Festival. So we want to steer away from those 2 weekends. But any other weekend that council would want to pick, I think would be appropriate. So y'all want to?
I think it'd be nice to do it the weekend of the 8th, the weekend before Fall Festival, when everybody's going to be coming through, and you'll have a lot of traffic, a lot of people coming through, seeing the town and everything. So I think it'd be a perfect weekend.
That's true. Is it, we're talking about 2 days, or just a Saturday, just a Sunday?
Hopefully we can get it done in one day. I would think we would be able to.
I'm not here that Saturday. I would really like to participate, but don't run it around me. But I could do the Sunday.
Yeah, but everybody else is at.
I'm going to be at the beach, like leaving the following Saturday and come back.
Chuck, you said it was September the 17th, and that was not to use that, that was a...
That's the Alleghany County Bicentennial Celebration. I mean, I think the 8th is a good weekend to do it. I'm sorry that you're not going to be here, but I think that's a good weekend. And, you know, we're going to publicize this and ask for as much help as we can get with it. We've already got the mulch, so it's just a matter of getting it from point A to point B, and you're going to help with that. So, you know, I think we can get a lot done that day. Any other comments? Anybody want to make a motion that we make it that weekend? Or
I'll make a motion. We make the volunteer cleanup day for Iron Gate, for the 220 project and other projects that we need to get done. for the October the 8th.
You want to call that the Iron Gate Cleanup Day, or?
Iron Gate Beautification Day, Volunteer Beautification Day.
Okay. Motion's been made by Councilperson Craig to designate Saturday, October the 8th as the Iron Gate Cleanup Beautification Day. Do I have a second?
Second that.
Seconded by Councilperson Harris. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Want to try to start about 8 o'clock?
That'll work.
Okay. We'll get an ad out and get an ad up to you too, Jerry, for that. So. Okay. Kawana, I think you told everybody last month that a Halloween party and town event has been scheduled for the 29th.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay, so we're working on plans for that, getting some things done. Kawana's already started working on the plans for the gift bags and giveaways, and we'll have another scheduling meeting here, I would think about the middle of September, and kind of bring it all together. So.
Chuck, were you still interested in, or were they still interested in the fire department?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the things that Kawana had mentioned, that we'd like to kind of do this in conjunction with the fire department.
Okay.
And see what we can do, so we need to sit down at the table together, really.
Well, I brought it up at the last meeting and let them know and told them I'd come back with a definite date that you had set, so.
Yeah, it's October the 29th from 5 to 8.
5 to 8. Okay.
I have a letter to read. It's a letter of resignation from one of our part-time public works employees. Very nice letter of resignation, very nice young man. Dear Mr. Mayor Chuck Unroe, please accept this as formal notice of my resignation from the position of Public Works at Town of Iron Gate, effective 2 weeks from today, and it was dated August 18th, making my last day of employment September the 1st, 2022. After careful consideration, I have made the decision to resign. I'm leaving in order to pursue another career opportunity that will help me in my personal and professional growth. Working for the Town of Iron Gate has been a wonderful experience that has allowed me many valuable opportunities to learn and grow. And I am very grateful to have been a part of this organization. I will do all in my power to minimize any inconvenience caused to anyone at the Town of Iron Gate by my resignation. I will put forth every effort to facilitate a smooth transition during my remaining 2 weeks. I wish you and the Town of Iron Gate continued growth and success in the future. Sincerely, Mason Krantz. And while I hate to see the young man leave, I understand why he has to leave, and he's moving on to a more permanent career. This was strictly a part-time position for him. He came on board when we were really short. Worked out for him, it worked out for the town. We will start advertising for this position next week as soon as Wendy gets back, and try to schedule some interviews and see if we can't get somebody into that position pretty quickly. So if you know of anybody that's looking for a part-time job, you know, please let us know, send them our way. Okay. And the big thing that we've been talking about for years, and it's the financial drain on the town, and it's the sewer projects and the sewer I&I problems. And we mentioned the other night, or I mentioned the other night, that I was going to reach out to Gabriel, and I'm just going to say Ira at the Roanoke Valley Alleghany Regional Commission. That's his forte, that's his job, is wastewater and groundwater and Clean Chesapeake Bay Act. I talked with him about it. He is very much in favor of sitting down with us I told him we had roughly $260,000 in the bank from our ARPA funding that we could use as potential grant money, match, and or as guarantee collateral toward a no-interest loan to get some of these problems fixed in the sewer system. So again, when Wendy gets back on Monday, we're going to reach out to him, schedule a meeting with him. I believe I asked you to set in on that, and I'd also like to get you to set in on that because you're probably going to need to learn or know what's going on.
I would hope so.
But I don't have a definite date for that meeting yet. I would assume the evening times are better for you, right?
It's a busy evening with me, but yes.
And what time of the evening would be better?
Well, currently we got a lot of school stuff going on, so we can make it work. You just let me know. We'll talk about it.
Okay, all right. So, but I'll let you know as soon as I talk to him. But you know, when I talked to him about it, he said that certainly seemed to him like that was a sufficient amount of money that we could be able to leverage at least some grant money to get the worst areas of town started and fixed, and then realize the save revenue on that and roll that over into repairs for the next area that needs to be fixed. So I think that's really promising, and it's actually really nice to sit here and be able to say something positive about the sewer problems, because usually it's just gloom and doom. And I'm guarded and I'm hesitant because we've been at what we thought was the threshold before, but I think we might get somewhere this time. And you know, we talked about reaching out and letting him help us make some decisions and guiding us. And I found to be that he is a wealth of knowledge on this, so I think he'll guide us in the right direction.
What was his name again?
Just write down Gabriel, and I don't ask me how to spell his last name, but that's what he does. So that's all.
Live up to his name.
I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe he'll live up to his name. So that's all I have for my report.